Welcome to New Orleans, guys.
Thanks.
How's the tour been so far?
Long, but good. Most of the shows have been great. New places, new faces.
Awesome. Well, you've got a new drummer here, Tim. How is it working out for you playing in this band?
It's been good. I've known Kevin for a long time. 15 years maybe?
Probably at least 15
Yeah.
years. We were roommates back in the mid-90s. And, we just kind of played together periodically at the house, not like ever in a band. So we've kind of waited a long time before that happened.
Did you play the kind of music you play now, or was it different back then?
We'd wake up every morning and play like Black Sabbath songs. That was our alarm clock.
Literally.
Well, literally.
Yeah.
What were your favorite songs to play?
Black Sabbath. That's what we started the morning off with Black Sabbath.
I'd kind of wake up and I had a guitar amp in the foot of my bed, like half stacked on the flip phone.
The drums were in the kitchen.
Drums were in the kitchen down the hall, so I would just start the riff. And I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, just playing. And after about like 2 measures, I'd see him like limping down the hall. Wouldn't say a word, wouldn't look in. We wouldn't look at each other to go see him. And then 2 measures later, I hear from the kitchen. Drums would come in. So when fittingly, Tim was over in Europe and I asked him if he could, play with us. And he came to North Carolina to meet up with us and practice before we took off. And the very first day, he woke me up to, went to my turntable, pulled out some Black Sabbath, cranked Black Sabbath, we're kicking off the right way.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I wake up to a classic rock station, so it's not as cool. Sometimes it's Black Sabbath. Anyway, your last album, Hexagon, came out a few years ago. Do you have plans for a new one yet?
We've had plans for a new one for about 2 years, but it's just lineup changes and things like that have kind of gotten in the way. And so everything's, preliminary stages right now. We haven't actually booked studio time or anything, but when we get back from this, he has some other obligations for work as do all of us, so we'll probably take care of that, get back into the rehearsal room and start cranking stuff out. Hopefully, it'll be in a perfect world someday we'll start recording a new record.
Is there any direction for the album that's different than previous albums?
I think the music is totally different. There's still elements of what Hexagon was, but that was a very simple record that we did very quickly. I think these songs, the band itself has evolved over 2 years, and it showed us a lot with the songs we're playing live now. Not so complicated that it's hard to follow what's going on, but we try to add a little bit and keep them interesting, to ourselves and obviously to the listener, but also make it listenable at the same time.
Even though you haven't released a different album, you released a live album this year on a cassette format. What was the decision in doing it in a cassette?
Yeah, just a friend of ours who released our first recording on a 7-inch. He's just been supportive the whole time. Always comes to all of our shows. Really supportive of what we do. He just came to our show one day with some recording gear, recorded it. It ended up sounding pretty good, and he decided to put it out on tape. It was really cool. He hand typed every single tape. He only made 20 of them. He's gonna keep making batches of them, but yeah, we sold them all out. It was pretty fun.
It seems like cassette is becoming a more actual type of thing to put it out on, because vinyl's made a resurgence, but cassette seems to be coming back pretty big too.
Yeah, people like it, and it's an affordable item, Vinyl can be expensive, so a tape is $5. Yeah.
What other sludge bands would you say you're into if your music is classified as sludge?
What's the question?
Like what others, are you into other sludge bands? Technical sludge bands, or is that just how your music came out and you're saying, alright, that's a good term?
You know, I'm wearing a lots of shirt as I say this, but I remember seeing an interview with Philip Coke did, and it made perfect sense to me when, being asked kind of a similar question. I just look at what we do, and I think there's enough elements of different things to it. I think we're like a heavy punk rock band, really. I don't really look at it as like a sludge band or a metal band or this or that. And to me, that's just much of a term of like what we do, with like slight psychedelic elements to it. And there's good music and there's bad music. We play with bands that at first glance might not seem like a band that we'd be lined up with, kicking to the last, and we're like, that band is one of the favorite bands on the tour. At the same time, it gets, it's easy to feel like for, I think, promoters and booking agents to play you, like, oh, you guys are a heavy band, we've been doing this, any kind of metal band, and like, you play every day with like somebody that's doing, player covers or something, it gets redundant, so it's nice to mix it up, and it's nice to play with other bands that I think see outside of that box a little bit,
And the bands you're playing with tonight are, let's see, who's playing tonight? Mountain Wizard, but they're local. They're kind of slow and doomy, I guess. Instrumental, that's right. So they're kind of different, but you tour with a few big names like Kylesa, who we're in their show right now, Lucifer, Zoroaster, and Valiant Thor. Who would you like to tour with in the future, would you say?
Well,
if you could choose anybody that's still living.
Anybody still living?
I'd like to play with Stefan.
Yeah.
Harvey Milk is rad.
Harvey Milk is awesome. When Higher Fire, when all those come calling, then we'll definitely Kylesa would be fun to do, a string of dates with. Like Fairness. Pretty much my iPod. Out of the bands on my iPod that are still active. Just anybody's not going to be people that are going to be fun to tour with. You never know until you're out there with some band that was like. Obviously, you don't want to be with a band that's been together longer than they should be.
Right.
They're fighting all the time, and it's making you kind of feel weird and awkward. That's not fun.
Have you had any bad tour experiences?
Internally.
I'm not really one to try to
Name names.
Well, I don't like talking shit through the media about, instances with people in the past. So, I just kind of, there's obviously been, sour moments here and there with other people that have been involved with a band or that we played with and things like that. Like, that's the reason that's not happening now. I'll just leave it at that.
Anything else y'all would like to say?